It's time for Did You Watch It?
How does this show work? We watch what we like, we talk about what we watch, and maybe you'll like what you hear. I'm Liz.
I'm Isabel.
And I'm Neil. Last night we watched episode 8 of The Amazing Race, season 25. The show aired on Friday, November 21st, 2014. Here's what we thought about it. All right, so we're back from the break.
Was it really a break, though? It was a break from the show.
It was just a break from the show.
Just a break, yeah.
We've been muy busy since then. So they're in Malta.
Which appears to be a very beautiful country, and I would love to visit one day.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes, I did find out that this is the Amazing Race's first trip to Malta.
It is.
Yeah, I love the architecture.
So once they got to the island, because they had to take a ferry from Sicily to Malta, and once they got off the ferry, they had to grab a taxi and make their way to the bridge bar, where they had to grab a tray of drinks and climb St. Ursula's staircase.
Oh my goodness.
To where the Knights of Malta awaited. And these look like the original Knights of Malta.
Right. I know, when Kim was asking if there were going to be any hot nights there, I thought, not so much, Kim.
Yeah. We also saw a little bit of antisocial behavior from the cyclists this week.
Yeah, but don't you kind of get that, though? They're on this race. They're everywhere together. I mean, of course they're going to need some space, wouldn't you? Hello?
They said, we're from New York. That's how they kind of explain the reason they want to be by themselves.
Okay, being from New York myself, I understand that it is a crowded place.
Yes.
And privacy is at a premium. And any opportunities that you can get to sequester yourself are greatly appreciated.
Most definitely.
However, it kind of affirmed what Misty had said at the beginning of the last leg when she said that they didn't get along with the cyclists as well as they got along with the other teams. You know, when they were doing that little back and forth, Jim was saying, yeah, well, we haven't gotten a chance to really get to know the cyclists. We don't think that they like us very much. And so this just kind of confirmed, given the fact that they were pretty much all huddled around plotting and planning on how to execute the double U-turn, to their advantage, to the point where the wrestlers even came up with the idea of giving themselves code names. I like the Candy Girls choosing cookies and cream.
That was good.
For their code name.
That was cute, yeah.
And what Jim said, I'll be Molar, and I thought he said Muller. I didn't realize that it was a tooth reference.
Yes.
Until Misty said, I'll be Cuspid, because I would say, okay, well, she'll be Scully. What is that? How does that work?
Well, because they were going with Top Gun names, so I thought, why would you be Molar? Because they were talking about Viper and...
Yeah, exactly. Viper and Sniper.
It's
right.
Jim and Misty. They can have Molar and bicuspid if they want.
Yes.
It was only cuspid, not bicuspid.
Oh, sorry.
She's heterosexual. This was an extremely challenging task.
To say the least.
Yeah, Jim was kind of like the first victim. Fortunately, he dropped his glasses before he even got out the door.
Yeah, it's got to be difficult, especially to carry the tray a certain way. They couldn't have it directly on their palm. It had to be on the fingers and stuff. So sense of balance is very important.
Very important.
Oh, it was not easy by any stretch of the imagination.
Certainly not.
So the surfers made it all the way to the table. Unfortunately, Bethany dropped the glasses.
God, it was just one bad move. It was just, oh no!
It's like,
Yeah, slow motion. I felt so horrible for them.
I didn't realize that they actually had to go all the way back down to the bar.
Oh my gosh.
To get the broom and the dustpan, back up to the table to clean up their mess, go back down to the bar to drop the broom and dustpan back off and get a new tray to come back up and deliver. It's like, wow.
That was brutal. I felt so bad just watching that whole process.
That was a mess.
They were sweaty and tired.
And I've liked watching them because they were just slow and steady. They'd just been this calm force between the two of them. And I was really rooting for them to finish it first. And then, oh no.
I know, and they were so close right there.
So close.
Ugh.
What'd you guys think of these Knights of Malta? The main captain, whatever you want to call him, he was pretty harsh on everyone. Like, bring it down! Don't drop things!
I know. I think he was really into character, but a little too method, if you ask me.
Very method. Uber method.
Character nothing. He was an original.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
He was an original. I am the third knight of the Maltese Empire.
And he was obviously very, very thirsty.
So the cyclists finished first, the wrestlers finished second, and the Tooth Fairies finished third. Now, note to the cyclists, you started out doing the nice thing by having the cab driver call for a cab for the wrestlers.
Yes.
But then trying to cancel the cab after remembering that this was a race, it's no bueno, homies. It just...
Well, I think it was out of frustration where the wrestlers is, are you calling? Are you calling? And berating them. And they're kind of saying, yes, he's going to call. Yes, he's calling. Brooke is yelling, like, you're not calling.
Brooke was especially bitchy this leg.
She was.
Yeah.
Sour grapes.
Yeah, too bitter.
But I gotta tell you, note to Liz, you, my dear, are a visionary.
A visionary?
Because I remember last week you made a little statement, and damn if it didn't come true this leg. The cyclists and the wrestlers finished their task on the first attempt, and they were very close together, okay? The sweethearts got all the way up the staircase, dropped their glasses in the courtyard.
Ugh.
The sweethearts ended up finishing fifth, but they got a cab before the wrestlers did.
They did. They'd be standing around for an hour looking for a taxi. Oh my
Exactly,
gosh.
and it's
The wrestlers
wow.
have bad juju with taxis.
Bad juju when it comes to the cabs.
Well,
Yep.
it's because they're so mean to everybody.
Yeah, extra bishy with cheese this week.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The dynamics and the banter between the teams in this leg of the race was hilarious.
Yes.
When Tim and TJ were, okay, slow and steady, just take it slow. He's like, shut up. Totally cracking
I'm
up.
coming as fast as I can.
Just shut up.
No, you shut up. No, you shut up.
No, you.
The Candy Girls, one of them stops and the other one runs into her because they're both trying to go slow and steady. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
no.
Right? It's like, girl, look up just for 1
I
second.
felt bad. It took them 6 tries to get it up to the Knights of the Maltese table or whatever it is.
It did.
Yeah.
Well, I loved it at the end when Kim was like got to the top and she's high-fiving everybody and she's like, let's get drunk. You get to see this hilarious,
Of course.
you know, seize the moment cyclists that we love, that we
she's
come to
down
love.
for the party, but you don't like heights. So after they delivered the liquor to the knights, and I'm trying to be as cordial as possible, they had to go to the boathouse at Zurich Valley Sea Inlet. And then once they arrived, there were 3 Maltese cross necklaces with departure times imprinted on them. 3 at 7:30, 3 at 7:45. So the cyclists, the sweethearts, and the Tooth Fairies got the early cross. Surfers, wrestlers, and Candy Girls got the late cross. Once morning struck, they had to, I guess, navigate to the Blue Grotto, which was beautiful.
But before we get there, can we just talk about how they spent the night?
They camped out.
Because this was pretty funny. I think the funniest thing about the whole camping was Tim and TJ talking about how nasty the bugs were.
Yeah.
Which I could so relate to. Seriously, hashtag no camping, please. Ever. Ever. Just no.
Once they got to the Blue Grotto, it was a roadblock, and so one partner had to go to the top of the rock formation, and they had to literally rappel down to the water below. It was like a 20-story drop where their partner would be waiting for them in a boat. And then once they got to the boat, then they would swim into the grotto and retrieve a clue from this blue-tinted boat that was floating in the center of the lagoon or grotto.
Everything about this was no joke.
Have Jim or Adam done a roadblock yet?
That I wouldn't know, my friend. You are the man with the details.
Yes, I'm the research king, but I hadn't had a chance to go back.
If you ask me what color shirt they were wearing, that I can tell you. Or what kind of car they were driving, absolutely.
I think Jim has done a roadblock.
Oh, Jim did the go-karts.
Yes, he did the go-karts, and Adam did the go-karts as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They were both sitting.
Yeah.
When it comes to memorizing stuff or rappelling down 20 stories, send the women. Anyway. I have notes for Brooke.
Let's hear it.
All right, my first note for Brooke. I suggest you consider employing Nisi's strategy from a few legs ago.
Okay.
And just go ahead and hang your ass over the side of the boat because I can tell that your poor bladder is straining and just buckling from all that extra haterade you've been drinking because you're mad at the cyclists because they're beautiful.
Is that the truth or what?
Wow,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe she kept going on. I'm like, wow, they're not even there with you. Why are you focused on
She
them?
kept going on and on about everybody.
On and on.
I was exhausted.
I think it comes down to the fact that she is jealous that, you know, she and Robbie are not as far ahead as she thinks they should be.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think she just likes to smack talk everybody else.
Well, she doesn't smack talk everyone, just the cyclists.
Well, not really. Here's the thing. My second note to Brooke.
We're numbering them, Izzy. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. The answer is, it's possible because she's a surfer. Don't let the single flipper fool you. It's like, she said, oh my God, she just swims. And it's like, where's Robbie? I don't know where he is. She just nailed it. Just envy. Green. She's wearing the right color.
Yeah.
Can I just say Robbie has horrible swimming skills?
Ooh.
His biceps are so big he can't swim.
Maya had the answer because Brooke said, Amy Beach is swimming. How is that possible? And Maya's just sitting there. Muscle can sink. Science. Anyway. Yeah, he is not buoyant.
And what was up with the Candy Girl's, like, life jacket?
Yes.
It was up over her head. I thought, poor girl.
It was too big for her, I think.
Somebody help her.
She had that master cylinder thing from Felix the Cat going, you know? It was
so
funny.
bad.
I mean,
Oh my goodness, I was like, that
Ooh.
must be, I was like, wait, did I see that? I'm like, that thing must be too big for her, because, you know, she's kind of like, hey, I'm here.
it's a, hi, okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's go swimming.
Okay, did you
my
guys,
gosh.
I had to laugh, though, because when the first three teams came back to the boat after swimming into the grotto and coming back, especially when they were getting Allie out of the water, it was just like picking her up like a little doll, basically. Did you guys see she had her arms out to the side, and they picked her up from under the
Yes.
armpits, and I was
He
like,
just hoisted
oh
her
my
up.
God,
and
that was
just
awesome.
put her-
Hoist her, boop,
Yeah.
and like put her back in the boat.
So the cyclists finished first, the Tooth Fairies finished second, and the Sweethearts finished third.
Yeah.
After they took their little swim, they had to go to the Church of St. Scholastica and the Monastery of the Benedictine Nuns in Birgu and find the clue box on Triac Antica.
Yes.
So once they got there, obviously the speed bump was waiting for Tim and TJ, but it was kind of like a blind detour. They were given a choice of flag or shine, but they were given no information
None.
about what these detours entailed.
This is like my worst nightmare if I were to ever consider being on the race, is not knowing anything about
Right?
what
Like,
Yes.
you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. Luckily, it looks like they were close to each other, though. They weren't too far, like one side of the island versus another, or
Yeah.
city, or whatever.
But the indecision alone would have just wiped me out.
So flag required the teams to run up a greasy pole and grab flags at the end of that pole. One team member had to grab the yellow flag, which was closer. The other team member had to grab the red flag, which wasn't.
Farther.
How could anybody grab that red flag? I mean, come on.
I guess you could. It could be done
I mean,
if, you know,
dove with
if you
all
kind
your
of hurl
might.
yourself towards the red flag.
Yeah, you just had to keep running.
Yes.
Isn't that what TJ said? Just keep running. Just
I
keep
know.
running.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him keep running.
They were really getting on each other's nerves.
That was so funny when TJ said, don't stop, don't stop. He stopped.
And then he's like, okay, just sit there. We're going to lose.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I will say the locals were very encouraging. They started clapping
Yeah,
for him to
I
give him some
appreciated
momentum
that.
and motivation, but he's like, I can't do it.
Once we got past attempt number 20, then it was just entertainment.
Yeah.
At that point.
And if you've done attempt number 20 and you know it's not going to work, wouldn't you just decide to change instead of sit down?
Well, and it's not like the other one was any better because Shine basically required the team members to put on suits of armor. Well, not entire suits, just the chest plate and the helmet.
Yeah.
And they had to polish them until they were shiny, shiny bright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but polishing, you have a better chance of being able to do it than trying to run up a greasy pole and grab a flag that's like 20 feet out there. I just can't listen to Brooke and Robbie anymore. I can't listen to them. And how does he keep from slapping her?
Because he's not into the domestic abuse. We have covered that in a previous episode.
I get that, but I'm just saying, how is he so patient with her when she's just going on and on and on about all the stuff that sucks?
It must be the threading of the eyebrows or whatever
Maybe.
it is.
Oh, Lord, are they bonding over that or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
I couldn't do it. He is a more
It's
patient
helping
man.
because she's not bruised, so it's good.
He just doesn't encourage it. He just kind of shuts up and let her finish and say what she needs to say.
They showed him saying to her, would you stop being so negative about everything?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, let's just do it. Let's just do the race. Stop
Will you stop being so
talking.
negative? Help me find a cab. Anyway. So the speed bump required the sweethearts to paint a Maltese cross on a pair of shields. And they had to do it perfectly because they love the painting, obviously.
I know. I'm sorry, but these boys, I just love them.
Yes.
I love them. Whether they're painting or sliding up the pole or grabbing a flag
All right, keep it clean now. Sophie's listening.
or squealing or squealing about bugs. I just, I just want to give them a hug.
A lot of switching
Yes.
in this set of detours.
Well, it was a frustrating option. Frustrating options. You've got the flag, which is certainly not easy. And then you've got shine, which is, well, it's easier, but not faster.
Yeah, it's meticulous work.
Yeah, you've got a greased pole that you got to run up on, or you need to use some elbow grease to finish the other one.
Very good, Izzy. That was awesome.
I see the connection.
Woo.
Okay, can I just say I had to laugh when the cyclists chose shine, and they're kind of like, okay, we got to do this and that. Meanwhile, you see the guy in the back, putting more grease and spreading it all out. And as soon as they say, well, what is this? How easy is it? Whatever they're saying. And all of a sudden the guy was like, whoop, in the water and fell off. And he wasn't even trying to catch a flag. He was just preparing things. And
Yes.
it was impeccable timing.
Do you want that job?
Probably not.
Hi, I'm the pole greaser.
Not so much.
So thankfully, the surfers wisely handed in their express pass and says, you know what? We're bouncing from both of these because they suck.
This was
Absolutely.
so smart.
And so they went straight to the pit stop, which was located at Fort Manoel. And they came in first, and they each won $10,000 apiece.
Yay! Awesome.
There you go.
I was so glad they won.
Yes.
Hey, maybe they can donate some of that money to Keith and Whitney for the honeymoon. Sorry. Keith and Whitney wanted to win that money prize so they can go on their honeymoon, but hey.
Yeah, I say nay, nay.
Nay,
No.
nay.
The Amazing Race is not funding any bonding or breeding,
Yes.
as far as I'm concerned.
No,
okay?
Adam and Bethany certainly deserve that money, and I'm so happy that
Absolutely.
they won it.
They're
Absolutely.
so cute. I love
They
that
are.
he was just
Yes.
beaming with pride during the whole water kind of thing, at the grotto. And then at the
Absolutely.
end, Phil asks him, do you think he's a proud man? So cute.
Yes. Meanwhile, back at the detour, the Tooth Fairies came in second with Shine, and the cyclists finished third once they switched to Shine.
Yes. Smart call on their part.
One of the funny quotes during this segment was TJ, obviously frustrated at the progress on the flag challenge. Is that the only hope I have is that someone is just so darn stupid and slow at the other challenge, it's impossible like this one. Cue the wrestlers.
Right? Oh my gosh, that was classic.
It was amazing.
That's all they needed. And I felt like it was really, really close.
Yeah, it was so sad, okay? This is exactly why I was saying what I was saying last week about the wrestlers. Not even the wrestlers, but the wrestlers and the sweethearts. Because the wrestlers are just so transportationally challenged, it is not even funny. Literally, I mean, you could see the silver on their, on the wrestlers' armor.
Yeah.
And here's the sweethearts coming in after just deciding to switch
I know.
from flag. Okay? But the thing is, it's like they couldn't find a cab. The sweethearts just happened to have their taxi wait for them until they were done.
Yes, which was
and
smart.
Here the wrestlers, and it was too damn close. You know, the wrestlers finally got a cab just as the sweethearts were like getting into their cab.
Uber close.
Wrestlers are next, as far as I'm concerned.
They have
I think
to
so.
be. Please.
Yeah, just from our sanity.
Amazing
they just need to
race
go
gods,
next.
if you're listening, please.
So back at the pit stop, the Tooth Fairies came in second, the cyclists came in third, and we have to say goodbye to the sweethearts, which is not a complete surprise.
No.
You know, but
I didn't like this part.
sad to see them go.
No, I really thought that episode would be the one that Brooke and Robbie skedaddle, but, well, maybe next time.
Nah, next time. Next week?
Next
yeah,
week.
they're gone.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones.
From your lips to God's ears. Please.
Absolutely.
Because I can't listen anymore. I can't watch.
Yeah.
I can't listen.
I got a note for TJ on his way out. Boy, you gonna get it when you get home.
Oh my gosh, right? That speech was like...
I still didn't know which one was Tim or TJ. I never figured out who was who.
TJ was the one that had gotten the yellow flag and was sitting telling Tim, you gotta run faster, you gotta run faster.
Okay.
That
was
is
TJ.
a really good impression. Can I hear that one more time?
Yes.
That you gotta run faster, you gotta run faster. I want an Easter egg, I want an Easter egg. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to miss them so much. I don't know how I will
Yes.
get through the next 4 legs.
I know. They made it past the halfway point.
Oh, totally. They need to be proud of themselves for how well they did and how far they made it.
Yeah.
I agree.
And as a quick postscript, Kim and Jim need to arm wrestle. Because
Why?
Kim's got some guns on her.
Oh, Kim.
Okay.
I thought you said Tim. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no.
No, Kim.
Sorry.
We know
Kim
who's
and
going to
Jim.
lose.
Kim and Jim. Yeah,
Jim will clearly win, okay? But it's going to take a little bit.
exactly. It'll make him
That
sweat.
would be something I'd be willing to see.
Well, and then I think they might have a peck off between Robbie, Phil, and Jim doing the little pulsing pecs thing. Did you see that
Oh,
at
Lord.
the end?
Yes, I did.
That was hilarious.
I am never going to get that 37 seconds back ever again. I'm just saying. That's our time for today. You can follow us on Twitter at @did_watch it. You can also find us at iTunes. Let us know what you think. Thank you for listening.